Sorry ass DJ.
Guys, Adamancipators, let's go, let's get it. Deck profile is, well, today. So, first off, more figurines, as you can see, more pop figures, 25th anniversary, Pikachu right here. I need to get a bigger shelf so I can have more collectibles and all that mess. Work is hectic. I don't think I'm working 6 days a week anymore, thank God. Well, I have to keep my fingers crossed about that, but you know, making good money. We bought a couple decks that I'll probably feature a little bit later once I get them in and all that. But all you guys care about, you come to this video in particular for, is Adamancipator. The build did change just a little bit, but it is still a rough draft. So let's go ahead and take you guys onto the deck profile so I can so you can see what my choices are and why I play when I play. Let's do it. Alright folks, we're going to have to not blow through the profile a little quick, but we definitely got a lot of explaining to do. First off, you know, 3, obviously we max out on all of the Adams family, if you will. That's what I call it. There's really no reason to explain it at all. I think, yeah, we found space to throw this in again. At first we weren't playing it, and we didn't really see a point since it was a draw for the most part, over something like a, you know, something that actually just gave you a better benefit than just a random card, you know what I mean? But it's still a water monster. It puts Dragon back in the extra deck, so it's fine. Triple Guardian and 2 suppliers. I was on 3. But for a while, I was always in these situations where I would just see suppliers, got all these normal summons, right? But no special summon or no way to combo. So I decided to cut a supplier, since it was like, okay, it's a card that, it's really good if you open it with like your 1-card combo and all that without committing the normal summon, but at the same time, it's you know, if you don't open combo without normal summoning, it's really bad at the same time. We're only on 2 Doki. Honestly, I should probably bump this up to 3 so I can see it more, because there's a lot of times where I do want to see it if I don't see combo, honestly. If that was like a special summon, you know what I mean? So I should bump this up to 3. By the way, I'm at a 42 card count. I should probably go up to 43. Based on the obligatory cards that are in here, I should definitely up this up to 3, honestly. Tackle Crusader, it's in here for, it's still just a really good disruption piece, and it's really good at baiting out disruptions when you have things like Foolish and all that going second. But if you have it under like Dweller turn 1, it's really good. Revival Golem, typically summoned off of Foolish and Friends. However, what I'm starting to realize with Revival Golem is if you already have combo that typically involves an Arclight, this is likely not going off. So I am really gonna, I think I'm second. I really gotta revisit this card and really ask myself if it's worth playing. And if that is the case, then that also frees up things like Foolish and Miracle Rusher, because I find myself siding it out every single time. You know, I always find myself siding it out. So maybe I'll end up cutting it for other things like Fervent Chalice or Rule or something, because a lot of these boards are crazy and you kind of can't fight through this stuff as easily as you did when you had Black Dragon and other things. But it's still fine. So we're gonna go on to some Spice. 2 Earth Hex Shields. It's level 3 rock. Summons Exterio or Nat Beast, just sinking into it. That's all there's to it. Next we have our amazing additions to the deck. We got our Psy Reflector and our Assault Beast. The 1-card combos without normal summoning, full boards. Yeah, you're typically summoning Fiber with this engine almost like 9 times out of 10. The other 1 time of 10 is when you're going second and you just go straight into a Dragite by increasing this level by 3. Yes, I've done this a lot actually. You know, sometimes you don't make Fiber, you just go straight into a Dragite and just start excavating or prompting, like forcing responses. Next we got 001 and Colt Wing. This is one of the 2 cards in your deck you never want to open because it just kills your combo if you open it because you're not on Plague Spreader anymore. We're still playing Dinotherium, but we actually added Creation Resonator because we did get our hands on a Baroness de Fleur, and there is this combo that with the 1 card combo still, you instead of just Arclight and Leonite with a Dinotherium, right? To make Gallant, you actually can make a Baroness with Arclight, and you'll still have 8 token on field. And you search this, Baroness pops the Auroradon, so you no longer need to make Entity anymore to pop the Auroradon. And you summon this, and you make either Leonite or Raptite up top, and open up, and you got all this open space. So I did cut a card for this. I cut Recover because 1, I almost never summoned it. Like the only reason you'd be summoning this is if you open E-Telly. Multiple copies, like either the two E-Tellys or E-Telly 1 for 1, or you open Teleport and Psy Reflector, in which case you're just summoning the Psy Reflector anyway, right? So you are much more likely to open one of these and have your 1 card combo still than you are opening 2 of your waste 1 card combo. So that is why if you open one, you search the other. You can still use this as a body for Synchro fodder or to make Dweller a lot easier, either or. So that is the reason behind that. Spell cards. We're going to have the best spells in the entire deck. 2 teleports and a 1 for 1 to get the 1 card combo. If you open both of these, start with 1 for 1 first. If he gets Ash, then you E-Telly. Alright. The second best spell in the deck, Signs. This guarantees you Nat Beast. This with this new build, it changes how you play this card because it now makes it to where you're going to reveal Seeker and Researcher a lot more and sync with them before even using their effects, and you'll sync it to like level 8 syncs a lot, and then Reborn the Seeker Researcher and stack the Hex Sealed for guaranteed Nat Beast at the very least. Or if you make up Archeon, then you can summon your Exterio. And Reborn, obviously. Not as good as Signs, but still good. 3 triple T's. I don't know how I feel about this card. People are still on hand traps. They're not on as much, but they're always like Imperm. Imperm plays around this. But at the end of the day, with this, it essentially makes it to where I punish people for interrupting my 1 card combo, and it also is still good going second. You know, so it's still something. Midbreaker Field is a very, very nice addition to the deck. You are basically playing for free. You know, the only cards you kind of can't stop is Nib, Ghost Spell, and Ash. But, you know, Ash is kind of, and yeah, Ash is already just kind of whatever. It's like if you Ash Fiber, you kind of don't care because you have 5 cards in your hand that you can play with still. Bell, same thing. If you Bell Auroradon, or no, 001. That's actually that might actually kind of be a little rough because you won't, like, what do you do with the tokens? Something to think about, actually. That is actually interesting interaction there. Called by Foolish, Miracle Rupture. Again, these 2 cards on the back burner, on the fence about, simply because of Revival Golem. If I was playing Plague Spreader, I would probably still be playing Foolish at the very least, and Tackle Crusader, obviously. And Assault Mode Activate, the other card you really, really do not want to open, because you cannot discard Assault Beast and put an Assault Beast in the grave if this is in your hand. So this and Colt Wing are the only two cards you really, really don't want to open. That kind of kills your combo. All the other cards, yeah, like the Resonator, the Dinotherium is not bad to open, honestly. I mean, it's still an extender, but like opening things like Psy Reflector and Assault Beast, yeah, you may not want to see them, but it doesn't kill your combo if you see them. You know, you can still do your thing. So there's that. But yeah, I'm thinking about just cutting these with Revival Golem for other things that are useful for maybe going second. Next is our extra deck, Field Center. Our 2 links, we're still only on 2 links, Fiber and Auroradon. We don't need any other links. If I were to play any other link, it would probably be the link 5 for going second. But if I'm summoning enough monsters where I can actually make link 5, I'm likely already winning that game. So honestly, I don't even think it's needed. Fiber, Auroradon, the rest of your place is just Synchros and Exceeds. The 2 Exceeds you play, Dweller and Gallant, Dweller. Dweller is likely going to be a preferred card for games 2 and 3. Assuming that you have space for ints. I'll get to that in a second. Next is Synchros, the card that will likely get a Auroradon banned. This card is insane. I'm honestly surprised it's a common. It really shouldn't be. But this card is nice. I love this card. Cupid is nice. It's a fairy too. And fairies are my favorite type in the game. Speaking of fairy, we have Arclight, which will also be cemented onto the field if you just resolve 1 card combo. This is a new addition to the extra deck. Baroness de Fleur. This card essentially solves the issue of space and having a clogged, unusable EMZ after you summoned Auroradon. Because you sink into this. So you Auroradon for tokens, right? And you summon 001, you sink 2 tokens, or a token and 1 into Arclight. You tribute the other 2 for Colt Wing. You summon your 2. You bring back the 001, you sink into this. And there's now 1 token on the field, so Colt Wing's level 7 to make this level 3. Sink into this, you search your Creation Resonator. Then use this to pop the Auroradon, summon the Resonator, and sink it with the last token into either Leonite or Raptite. Now, before, when we were not playing Baroness de Fleur, you were 100% always summoning Leonite, because Leonite can potentially dig, and if you don't hit anything, you make Gallic Rennet and get a guaranteed Adamancipator to your hand anyway. But if you're going the route of Baroness just to clear space and all that, and you're searching Creation Resonator, 1, and 2, you are sinking off Colt Wing, so getting to Gallant becomes a lot harder. So so now this really depends on the hand you open. If you already open like Analyzer or something, or another Adamancipator, you may still want to make this. But if you don't have any Adamancipators in your hand at all, and you don't want to risk it, I'd just suggest making this. Not to mention this and Analyzer makes Baroness, or these 2 and Analyzer makes Baroness a little bit more effectively, assuming you didn't open the combo. So Baroness is also nice there. Yeah. Alright, we got Dragite. Still, it's good if you open Teleport or One for One, because you can just go straight into it. Crystal Wing still, Boral or Savage still. These are still like your good level 8 sinks. So these really aren't going anywhere. But of course, the reason why you play this build is for Naturia Beast, Barkion, and Exterio. Now, with Exterio, I don't know if I should still be on it. I'm honestly debating on maybe cutting Exterio and putting in the Elder Entity. Because if you're in a situation where, let's say you don't see any Adamancipators in your hand, right? You know, is it really better to take the gamble of making the Baronets and all that and going for a Leonine Raptite and hope, like, a lucky hit leads to more lucky hits? Or would you rather just go the safer route or the more guaranteed route to get a possible 2 Adamancipators, but definitely 1 Adamancipator to your hand by going for Gallant Granite, right? But if you do that and you don't have an entity in your extra deck still, you are, for one, you have no way to get rid of Gallant. For starters, you have no way to get rid of Gallant off the field, and 2, you still don't have a way to clear your EMZ to make room for more plays. That is one thing, and then the other thing is game 2 and 3, when you know your opponent's likely going to have Dark Ruler no more, Forbidden Droplet and stuff like that. So you can still make an entity with under a Dweller and all that. So entity gives you something with Dweller. You're not guaranteed to have Tackle Crusader. So entity is still it still gives you something. So I'm debating on cutting this, because it's like, if you're playing against a trap deck, right? You can just make this effortlessly. You can just make this. If you're playing against a spell deck, a deck with spells, you don't need Exterio. You have Beast. Like, we already played both Beast and Barkion. You can make them both in one turn if you really want to. I'm not sure Exterio's even needed. And plus, to summon Exterio, you have to go through more hoops, right? You are making a level 6 Synchro, or this. You're going out of your way to make these. And then if you have a Reborn to summon back Hexiel, to summon Exterio, that could be the reborning something else that you could be climbing up into, like another level 8 Synchro, and you still have all the spell that gets you want. You know, right? Or, you know, if you're going against a trap deck, you just make this, and you don't need to make your Exterio in the first place, and you have the extra body to make things like Dweller. So, honestly, as great as Exterio is, I may cut it. Because it almost seems win more, because it's like you're already playing Beast and Barkion. You make them very, very easily. So, that's it for the deck, guys. Alrighty, folks. That is Adamancipators. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you hate it? Do you think the Prank Kid build is better? I personally, the only reason I would still play the Prank Kid build is if I was still on Battle Butler. Reason being is because you're playing around, it lets you play around more cards. You can keep Pandemonium set until, you know, and wait for soup and stuff to get played, so you still have a play, being Butler if you get rulered, dropleted, things like that. However, if you're on every other prank build that isn't on Butler and just climbing into Apo, you are losing to the same cards that this build is on, except this actually loses 2 less cards. It doesn't lose to Droplet because Arclight is almost always going to be on the field. Just saying, Arclight is nice, shutting down Droplet is nice. Like, other than that, guys, yeah, pretty impressive stuff, right? Again, let me know what you guys think, and with that being said, I got to get out of here and get something to eat. So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. This is J Money, and I am signing out.